So you're still there now?
Yeah.
And then doing the coaching at Tiger Schulman's too? Or
Yes.
both? Where's your energy? You have a lot of energy.
I've always been like that. I've always worked. Even
Great.
not that they expect you, they order you because you're an officer, so you have to do. You can't say no. You're doing like, I don't know, 24, 32 hours of overtime per week minimum. I don't care how physically gifted you are. You know, if you don't put the time in, because everybody's good at the top. At the high level, everybody's great. They're all physically good. But it just, like I said, like he was saying, it's the work ethic. What's going to separate you? Mindset, work ethic.
Okay.
If you don't have that, then you're not going to go very far. You're only going to get hurt.
Okay. Welcome back to Rouge Mindset. This is part 2, where we go deeper into the mindset that built him. This is Pawel Wolak. I hope you enjoy it. So about your manager, because it was like a key point in your career, your manager, Ivan Edwards, right? So he was with you for the most, like, since you were pro, right?
From pro,
the beginning,
yes.
Since day one, he was with you.
Through Patrick Ford.
Through Patrick Ford, up until Cameron Duncan.
Yeah.
Yes, everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so what were the biggest lessons that you learned from him, from your manager? He believed in you since early on.
Yes,
Really?
absolutely. Ivan, he was, so, to me, he was great. I give him all the respect, right? And whatever happened to him before in his boxing career, he has a lot of truth to it. Whatever happened to him, he was set up the wrong way. He took fights short notice, or they set him up in fights, all that other stuff. He had a great mistrust of with promoters and other managers, which I understand that. He went through a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? And he would protect his fighter, meaning me, with everything he possibly could. I mean, that's Ivan Edwards. He'd come to the gym, he'd check on you, what's going on, and he talked to you a lot, obviously.
Every night.
Yeah, exactly. He was one of those guys. He was your manager, right? So technically, he's like, oh, he'll get you to fights and all this stuff. And I think most managers are not going to check up on you every night. This guy would call you all the time. Hey, what's going on? How you feeling? Like, he was really in it. He'd come watch you spar. He knew exactly what goes on. He'd talk to Patrick, my first trainer, to everybody. He was a person where he had your best interest at heart.
Ivan Edwards was incredible. He had his back, and a lot of people in the industry didn't like Ivan. They didn't like him.
Why?
The reason why they didn't like him because it's the wild, wild west in boxing.
Yeah.
And Ivan knew that. And now Ivan knew no matter what, I didn't care. He didn't care how it was going to make him look.
Yeah.
But he wanted to protect this guy.
Yeah.
So he would go to the ends of the earth to protect Powell.
Yeah.
No matter what. So he had all kinds of arguments with everybody.
Yes.
But he wanted to make sure I knew and he knew Ivan Edwards had his best interests every day, all day.
Yeah.
Ivan Edwards helped him. I mean, he did the work, being an elite fighter, but Ivan Edwards helped him secure the contract with Top Rank, the best promotional company in the world.
Talk about that. Yes, yeah.
With the Top Rank promoted Ali, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
They had everybody. And Bruce Trampler, Ivan Edwards had a connection with Bruce Trampler. We met him at a Yuri Foreman Saul Rahman fight at the Aviator.
Yes.
And, they met Paul.
Yeah.
Ivan was relentless, calling Top Rank, calling Lou DiBella, calling everybody. But he secured Top Rank for this guy when everyone else was like, But Ivan knew. Ivan always said, and he'll back this up, Powell could be a world champion. If the elite world fighter had his pants down, he was going to come in and beat them up. If they missed a little bit of preparation, Paul was going to win. He was going to win. And Ivan, and it was very similar with Ivan. Mm-hmm. Ivan just knew, his relentless pressure of being a manager was a suffocating.
Right.
And most people in the industry hated him. and it would come back to him.
Yeah.
And it bothered him, right? Right? Or,
I don't want to make any waves, obviously.
he wanted everyone to be happy, which is commendable, right?
Yeah.
It's admirable. But he knew that Ivan has best interest, but Ivan was creating waves with everybody. Ivan was like, this guy coaches this, he's getting sparring, and they were like, Ivan just made sure it was always the best interest for Paul. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Correct.
Yeah, the benefits about having been signed with Top Rank is because you can fight in really big.
Well, yeah. And then Top Rank also. They also had Miguel Cotto, 154-pound champion.
Yes. They control all the.
They had Yuri Form, the 154-pound champion.
Yeah.
I mean, and let's be frank, they thought they were bringing in Pawel.
Yeah.
For Yuri Form to beat.
Yes.
Yuri Form was just removed from fighting Miguel Cotto at Yankee Stadium, which we were I believe, the co-to-the-co.
Yeah.
Or maybe co-main
event, I think.
Against James Moore, and Yuri Foreman had fought Miguel Cotto. And he was just started to be trained, maybe a few fights in with Emmanuel Stewart.
Okay.
Yuri Foreman, it was on HBO pay-per-view, right? He did well. But the real kicker was Jose Pizon.
Like the relation with Ivan Edwards finished in July 2011.
Yeah.
At the end, after the fight versus Elvin Rodriguez, right?
Yeah, about that.
I think the contract ended.
Yeah.
Contract or something.
Yeah.
And then you started with another manager, Cameron Duncan.
Yeah.
From July until December that year.
Yeah.
Right? That was like a
I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
You went out to Vegas and you met Cameron and you were a top rank.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes. That's okay.
Yeah, because we want to say, you had like a rematch with Delvin Rodriguez in December 2011.
Yes.
Under this new manager. So how was that for you, this change? Having a new manager, the rematch, it was like considered the fight of the year in July.
Yes. So
Sports Illustrated Fight of the Year. Correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That time was a little bit that's how my life was. Things have changed a lot in my life. You know what I mean? Like some personal issues. There's a lot of things that were going on that I wasn't really wholeheartedly into what I was doing. Like I said before, preparation is key, right?
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of things going on in my life. I was married, living in Panther Valley. A lot of things were not going very well in my life. Meaning, from what I remember, this is years ago, but I wasn't at my optimal, mentally, physically. Well, physically,
There was something.
Yeah, there was just.
I noticed there was something different.
Yeah, and that's what happens. You know, it's not that you lose the drive, but again, like I was saying before, like I like to have everything set, everything calm and peace. Walk out my front door and fight. You know what I mean? There was more stuff to it. You know, not only with Heather, my ex-wife, my wife at the time. A lot of things was going on that it wasn't giving me the optimal time to try. Not the optimal. It wasn't a perfect environment for me to be coming to my best.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I'm a
Structure.
structure, routine.
And like he talked about traveling, like when we were in California or different places, he's like, he really wasn't into it. He, just like a typical athlete, he likes the structure, he likes the same. All the time. Like elite athletes, they want
It's
this.
easier, right?
It's much easier, and you know exactly what you're getting. Bring him out of his little environment a little bit. It was like, I love this so much.
No, yeah.
Right? But
Absolutely.
But he still performed at the elite level. Obviously.
Wow, amazing.
So it was a weird time.
Yeah.
Things were not optimal. That's all I said.
Okay. And then talking about Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., that you were supposed to fight against him like in 2 or 3 times?
So, yeah, I'm sorry.
Right? In 2000, no, you can also have, so in 2010, but then there was like the replacement for him was Jose Pinzon.
Yes.
Another Mexican fighter. So how was that story about Julio Cesar Chavez?
Well, we were trying to fight him. I mean, it wasn't, to me, it was pretty simple. Let's just get the fight. I mean, it was. I don't know what the issue was.
They dropped out twice.
Twice.
In 2010. We were
Right.
to go to Mexico twice.
Okay.
Right.
I
Yes.
don't know if we signed the contract. We probably did.
Well, I think we did sign a contract.
So then, in December, I think it was on 12 days' notice, Top Rank calls up Ivan, and Ivan calls up Paul calls me,
Yeah.
and they offer Julio Cesar Chavez for the third time,
Yeah.
right? And they say 160 pounds at the Honda Center in Anaheim.
Yes.
And he was like, absolutely. Ivan was like, okay,
Yeah.
let's go for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we're a 154-pound fighter minded, by the way.
Yeah.
He accepted 160 pounds, no problem, right?
Yeah.
We get out to California that Monday. We land. They call Ivan. We need to be 165. Powell's like, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? We're in California already. We want to fight.
Yeah.
We're going to Justin Fertone's gym on Wednesday for a media day. And Julio Cesar Chavez was trained by the famous, one of the greatest coaches ever, Freddie Roach.
Okay. Yeah.
And his strength and conditioning coach was Alex Ariza at the time. And I believe Alex was staying at Julio's house, is what we were told. And that he had the flu.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And we were like, and then Paul was like, okay, so we can't fight. And we were like, interesting.
Yeah.
But it's only flu. No?
That's true. That's true. Because Paul is that guy, again, he doesn't want to upset any fans.
Yeah.
I'm out to California. He doesn't want to set, he wants to deliver. He was sick for Clarence Taylor,
Yes.
the nasty flu,
Yes.
and he fought that night valiantly.
No excuses.
No excuses. This
Yeah.
is a guy
I was.
that'll fight through anything. He doesn't. Once he commits, him and Ivan, once they commit to a fight and they sign the contract, there better be the biggest emergency in the world. There better be nuclear bombs going off because he's fighting.
Yeah.
This guy will fight
He will do
through
it.
anything. He will
That's right.
not only because he accepted as a human being, as he says, as a man. So when Chavez Jr. declined the fight and said he was sick, we were curious.
Right. Of
We
course.
were really curious, like, huh?
Yeah.
Louis.
And there's an interesting little video of Ellie Setback asking him on ESN News, and he's talking about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And Ellie asked us who we want to fight, and I said Chavez.
Yeah.
And then he said it right back after me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I came here to fight Chavez Jr. Now, if he wants to be a coward about it and cry and then say things that he's sick, I know he's just fat, can't make weight. El Gordo. Right?
Well, maybe he is sick. I don't know.
And so we immediately, Top Rank gave us Jose Pinzon.
Mm-hmm.
Ivan was concerned. They showed the video to Paul Terrific and I in the hotel room.
Yeah.
Like a
okay.
typical, it was like Thursday at the time and fighting Saturday. Nunes de Donaire was the main event.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
right? And I was like, oh, wow, he's a puncher. And Terrific is like, let's do it. Paul was like,
Who
let's
do
do
you
it.
think it was tougher, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. or Pinzon? I mean, in
Well, we have no idea because we never
Yeah.
faced Chavez Jr. And,
Okay, but then-
and Chavez Jr., you know, yeah, it's a totally different human being.
Okay.
And Jose Pinzon to take that fight on short notice that's a championship mindset.
speaks a lot.
Speaks
about
volumes for him. He went on to have a pretty incredible career himself, but he was a tough Mexican that could punch.
Yeah.
Merida, I think he's from Yucatan.
That guy,
Merida,
that kid could
East.
punch.
Yeah.
He was
Wow.
long.
Wow.
He was lean, and he had a left hook that came out of nowhere.
You know, he wrote me on Instagram. I'll show you the message. It's in Spanish. Like somebody I don't know. Somebody translated it. I think I translated it. You know, he told me, you were the toughest fight of my life. He said, you were the most, I gotta show you the message. The relentless, something like that. And it was, the way he wrote it in Spanish to English, they translated it for me. It said, you were the toughest man I ever met in my life. It was the toughest fight. You kept coming. I couldn't stop. Like all this stuff. Very nice.
The adversity and the mindset they had to go. So the first round was basically a
Feel out what I
feel round. That second round, when he hit Paul with that left hook that came out of nowhere, he didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
He gets dropped, and Showtime talks about this adversity. And in the middle of the Yuri Foreman fight, whereas the world champion Antonio Tarver said, what guts in the championship medal that he showed to pop right up, right away. Within maybe the referee didn't even start. I think he was on count one.
Okay.
He pops up like, okay, I gotta go.
Yeah.
We were screaming for dear life, hold.
Oh, wow.
Because Pinzon hit him with a left hook out of nowhere that was a bomb. As Al Bernstein would say, a freight train left hand.
Yeah, it was hard.
Right? Freight train. And this guy's metal came back. It comes back to between the second and third round. Terrific is like, just hold a little bit.
Yeah.
Stay away, grab, whatever you got to do. And he didn't do that. This guy came at him. He cleared his head within 30 seconds.
Okay.
Came at him and basically dropped him.
Right.
Jose Pinzon fell into him.
Yeah.
He didn't get out of the way, and he kind of held him up.
Yeah.
This guy, the pressure was, he was, like he talks about, I don't know if he was, whatever it was, there was no way he was going to lose that night.
Okay.
That pressure was so devastating, and the grit and the toughness as a human being showed is unparalleled.
So it lasted until round 7, right?
Yes.
And it was on Top Rank pay-per-view, and Top Rank was, Bob Arum was impressed by that night. And Bob Arum did promise us that he was going to get us Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and it never happened.
Yeah.
That should have been a good one, right? To fight against.
We wanted to fight him.
Because Chavez is also a guy that comes forward.
And he was a world champion at 160 pounds.
That's right.
And, we wanted to show the Mexican fans.
Yeah.
We got a little Mexican in us.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
So, but you had like in your professional career, you had like 19 knockouts, like in your professional, right? So, which one do you remember was like for you to say like your favorite or the best?
Oh, that was a big one. Yeah. And that was great. A lot of fans came. A lot of people came.
He's talking about he fought at the WAMU Theater.
That wasn't for St. Patrick's Day?
Correct.
Okay.
James Moore fought JC Candello in a close fight.
Okay.
He beat JC Candello that night. But yeah, he knocked out Dupree Strickland and the place went.
Yes.
I mean, it was a overhand right, I believe.
Yes. Dropped into the ropes.
And he fell through and Pawel, I think, hit him.
Maybe coming.
No, he didn't hit him on the ground. He would never do anything.
Right.
and he stopped him and it was over.
Yeah, it was good.
It was over.
Dupree Strickland, that's right.
And the place went ballistic.
Yeah.
And it during that time, YouTube was pretty new,
Wow.
and it went viral. Went viral. That knockout was incredible.
Yeah, because in your career record, you had 35 fights, 29 wins, 19 by knockout. Amazing.
Yeah.
4 losses, 2 draws. It's like big numbers here. Amazing. And then just going back to the rematch with Delvin Rodriguez, right? December 3rd. It was, in a few days will be...
Oh, yeah.
2 losses.
2 losses? Okay.
29, 2-1.
Okay, okay. And then going back to the Delvin Rodriguez rematch, December 2011.
Yeah.
In a few days, it's going to be how many years from the
December 3rd, was it?
fight? December 3rd, yes.
Even though when I'm in camp, like right now, I'm not working. I'm off. My boss, he goes, listen, take off. Don't worry about work. Don't think about work. All you got to do is train, get yourself in best shape, and win the fight and get that world title. But of course, I'll tell you right now, when I'm working regular and I'm training, when I'm not in camp, I'm not training for...
So, I mean, how was this fight different from the first one, like in life?
So like I was saying before, basically it was just... Yeah, I lost the fight. Yeah, I mean, it was... I was a 10-rounder, but it was just, like I said, everything changed in my life. There's something was off. I wasn't in my optimal, like, physically I was probably ready, but mentally I wasn't ready. There's too much stuff going on in my life. Like I was saying, personal issues, all kinds of stuff. And that was for me, like I was saying before, if I had everything set, like I was talking about feeling invincible, like I couldn't be broken, I'd grind you down. But that comes with, me having a routine, having a good environment at home. And I've always tried to maintain that, not having any issues, and just, go to the gym, train every day, go to work, whatever I did. And something was disrupted in that period. Something was off. I mean, I have my things that I think was wrong, but it just wasn't an optimal time in my life. That's all I'm gonna, things just changed. It was different.
So then you retired after that fight, or was
yes.
that month, like in December 2011?
Was December or was it January or something?
December. Dan
November.
Raphael from ESPN.
Oh, okay, yes.
Chronicling your retirement.
So, at the time I was thinking, the thing wasn't right. I just have to kind of step back, refocus on things. But always in the back of my mind was, I was doing a lot of like training and MMA, doing a lot of grappling. One of my friends actually, he introduced me to a lot of different people and actually trained with him, was Jamal Patterson.
Okay.
Jamal Patterson. I was going to, I was going, even not at that time, but right after, I was going to Renzo Gracie's in Manhattan, on 33rd Street.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah, so I remember I was doing a lot of grappling. I was actually doing classes under John Danaher. I don't know if you ever heard that name. John Danaher was like he's one of the premier jiu-jitsu coaches.
Okay.
US, I don't know if you know, but like Gordon Ryan trains under him. And it was a Thursday morning class that I used to go there and train when Don Harrell would run the room. And there was a lot of people that were very good there. So I would train there in the morning, Thursday mornings, I remember.
Okay.
John Harrell was leading the class. Renzo Gracie's in Manhattan on 33rd Street it was.
Okay. Well,
But that was the whole thing. Like, for me, it was always, boxing was like, I wanted to do as accomplish as much as I can, but I always wanted to go to MMA. I don't know.
so in the back of your mind, as you said.
Well, he always would talk about, you're undefeated, about to fight humongous fights, and he's like, boxing's incredible. I love it.
Yeah.
Because he always wanted to do UFC, MMA. It was just, that was his dream.
Yeah.
And what happened for him, he was just like, let me just see where boxing goes.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you're doing
It went
pretty
really
well.
well.
Yeah.
I was just ride this out to the top.
That's right.
And he was like, I started, I'm going to finish this.
Yeah.
And so his mentality was like, I want to be the best now.
Yeah.
And when Jim Gray asked him that after Yuri Foreman, he's like, what do you want to do? He's like, he wanted to fight all the champions,
Yeah.
but he just wanted to be the best.
That's right.
So he can go home, see his buddies,
Yep,
and be
that's right.
like, my friend's the best. And they got their money's worth. So
Yeah.
that was his mindset. UFC was always there, and I was always like, and he always wanted to wrestle. His cross-training, like he said, was wrestling.
Yeah.
I was always concerned he was going to hurt himself.
Yes.
Like Freddie Roach was always concerned Manny Pacquiao was going to hurt himself in playing basketball. That was his cross-training.
Yes.
Manny loves to play basketball.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, he's an incredible basketball player.
Yeah.
And Paul was very similar with wrestling and UFC and jiu-jitsu stuff. He's always wanted to do that, and he was always training with his best friend, Ben Smolinski, who was an incredible athlete himself.
Yeah.
But then in 2014, you have you signed for a fight in MMA, right?
I did. I actually went to Chicago, try to fight. So I started working in corrections 2012. I left construction. I went to corrections. Again, my always thinking was, I need something to fall back on. My faculties are all good. Step back from this, go to something else. But I was working corrections, and the reason why that fight fell apart is, so corrections. I don't know if anybody knows, but New York City corrections, Rikers Island, is a savage place. It is and I don't mean, and I'm not saying about like the inmates are inmates, but the amount of hours that you do, the amount of work that not that they expect you, they order you because you're an officer, so you have to do. You can't say no. You're doing like, I don't know, 24, 32 hours of overtime per week minimum. You're doing like 80-hour weeks.
No.
Literally.
Wow.
And I got a steady tour. I was 311. I was working midnight around inmates. So you got to be kind of alert. You can't be sleeping around inmates. I mean, they'll fire you for that. I don't know if they catch you, but there's criminals walking around you. And pretty much for the first 4 years of my career as a correctional officer, I worked in complete dumps, like the bottom of the barrel, gangs. Just straight criminals. I'm not talking about like DWI guys, like just disgusting bottom of society. And I eventually got a steady post. I worked in the same housing area. I had 31 inmates with 2 tiers. And so I was working all these hours, so sleep was all messed up. But there was a little gym downstairs where I would go try to weight lift. if I had like a 40-minute lunch break or an hour lunch break, I'll try to go weightlifting.
Still.
And I hurt my, when I was training, I hurt my back.
Right?
No, I hurt my back for weightlifting, but I was going to different gyms, Catone's gym. I was going with Jamal Patterson, leaving around Hansel Gracie's, and I was doing a lot of training in Hansel Gracie's. I was going to Catone's gym with Frankie Edgar at the Barbosa. I was doing a lot of sparring there. All in the UFC. All kinds of guys. So I was going all over the place, you know what I mean? Just to get my training to get ready for this fight. And before the fight, I hurt my back from deadlifting. I remember I did it on the break. I was walking back to post, back to the housing area, and I was like, my leg, like, I couldn't like feel my leg, or something popped in my back.
Okay, oh no.
It's just something probably, you know, I don't know exactly what happened. I never got diagnosed or anything, but I remember I was out. And also, when you work for corrections, when you work for a city agency, they got to give you permission to fight. And one of the head bosses there was this guy, he's no longer there. He was like, yeah, go ahead, man. Yeah, I'll sign up for you. But he wasn't the head guy. He was like up there, but he wasn't the chief. At the time, the chief, there was a woman, I forgot her name, and she denied it. So this is the issue. There was a lot of things. I got hurt, but then last minute, when I was supposed to go to Chicago to fight, then I get hurt, but she also denied because it's second employment, because you pay taxes on it. You know, basically, I could have wouldn't be a big of a deal. Yeah, I'll probably get penalized, but basically, since as a correctional officer, you have a gun, what happens is a lot of these officers take security jobs when they use their off-duty weapon. And this is the conflict. So when you work for a city cop, any kind of city agency, you have to get permission from the department to find outside employment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of city agencies do that, especially in New York City.
I see. No, that's why.
There's rules that you can't be like, you can't be a bouncer, right? And, you know, let's say, or like a security guard or something where you use your weapon because you're authorized to use a weapon. But if something happens, the department could be held liable. Now, I'm not using a weapon in the fight, obviously, but it's still, there's legal ramifications. If I get hurt, the department covers my medical. Who pays for that? There's all these other issues, you know?
So many things to consider.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I see. It wasn't meant to be, right?
It just didn't work out. And again, again, like I said, with the overtime, my first 4 years, like, it got better. After the 4 years, I went, you know, but first 4 years on the job was like, wow. And it wasn't even the inmates. It was, I swear, it was just the amount of work. Yeah. There was a storm. There's a couple of times, but there was a storm one time, and there was a snowstorm. I can't remember what exactly happened. I did 5 tours. I don't know if you know what that means, 5 tours. That means I do it 8 hours. It's actually 8 hours and 31 minutes, right? So I was 3 to 11. I stayed from the 11 to 7 till the morning. Then I had to stay again for 7 to 3, 3 to 11. And I left the next day. I was there on post for 5 tours. This is what happens in corrections. There's an emergency. I can't just leave and let the inmates supervise themselves. Somebody has to come and relieve me. I can't just abandon post because that's a charge. You technically could get fired for it. Let's say if I leave my post and there's a riot that pops off and inmates starts cutting each other, well, where is the office?
Oh, no. Well, tough job, huh? Okay.
So corrections in general is like, now it got better for me because I'm in a specialized unit. So believe me, I'm 1,000 times better. But when you come on the job, that's how it is. You're bottom end of the totem pole. You have to.
So you're still there now?
Yeah.
And then doing the coaching at Tiger Schulman's too? Or
Yes.
both? Where's your energy? You have a lot of energy.
I've always been like that. I've always worked. Even you know, again, like I was going back to my dad. We always worked. There was no. I didn't have like I don't say I had a bad childhood. I didn't have a bad childhood, but I mean, there was work to be expected done. I mean, that was just it. You know.
His work ethic. His culture that he grew up in was just like you just work.
There was no.
Think about it, you just work.
How many days you go to Tiger Schulman's?
I try to be there at least 4 or 5 days a week. You know, but again, I do it. And again, I told Farrell about this, not to sound like that I'm being selfish. Look, I want to help these. I know what these guys are going through. Yes. In the beginning, when you're learning, you want to have good people around you. You want people to tell you what to do. It's very important. You can't do everything yourself. Impossible. You got to have a good mindset. People telling you the right information. Whatever I can help, I help these guys out. But don't, I'm not going to lie to you. The focus is on my son because maybe I can eventually help him. This is why I'm so glad that Jerry and Josh are around. And again, I'm trying to help them out. But my main focus is, of course, my son.
Right.
But if they better him and he betters them, it works out. One hand washes the other. Just like in over there in Tiger Showman's, right? PJ goes when we can.
I have seen a video about you
Yes.
training with PJ in Instagram. I saw that.
That's right. It was
post.
yeah. So
That's great.
So when he goes there, those guys, the guys that I help out, they help him out. Those guys are, they fought in the UFC. Those are very advanced guys. There's numerous guys in that gym. Jimmy Rivera, Julio Arce. They came up. They came up from that gym. They were homegrown. They were taught at that gym, and they made it very far. It says a lot about the Showmans in general. What it says, yes, Danny and Ron, and they literally, they give you opportunity and they lead you the right way. Yeah. Okay, but it's on you eventually to
They're gonna open the door. It's up to you to walk.
Yeah. Exactly. So, and they always give you options where even after a lot of these guys become instructors, they open up their own schools. So it's not like it's just, I fought and then it's done. If you're smart enough, you can advance on where you can make money training, opening up your school and training guys.
That's right.
Now, I think that what they're doing is like such an admirable thing. Again, going back to when I was younger and going to these different tournaments in Ireland, and I saw the coach with me. These guys had nothing. They were coaches, but what else did you do on your for work? Like, what money did you make? Some of these guys, not only do they fight professionally, they have all the experience, and now they have students open up their own schools, and they're doing very well.
And with your students, you also give them advice in mindset and also technique, everything, like as a whole, or what do you think about it?
I try to give my perspective, of course. I've talking to Farrell and talking to different people. You gotta look. Some things have to take. Your training is the most important.
Yes.
You have to be in it. You're ready for a fight. You gotta live like a monk. You gotta live like a fighter. There's a reason why you're doing this. If you do it half-assed, you're not gonna get very far. I don't care how physically gifted you are. Okay. If you don't put the time in, because everybody's good at the top. At the high level, everybody's great. They're all physically good. But it just, like I said, like he was saying, it's the work ethic. What's going to separate you? Mindset, work ethic.
Okay.
If you don't have that, then you're not going to go very far. You're only going to get hurt.
Okay. And then if you can define your entire boxing career in one powerful phrase, what would it be?
Powerful phrase.
Pressure breaks pipes.
That's, yeah.
That's right. That's a good one. Huh?
Oh, yeah, that's pressure, yeah. Pressure bust pipes, yeah. Or
he's going to take him in the deep waters and he's going to make him drown.
Yeah. But that's definitely, no, that's definitely my style. That's definitely my style. Absolutely.
What do you think?
But I would just, for me, my boxing career.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for you.
But that's what you said is absolutely right. That was my whole mindset. But like now that I look at it and whatever I've, all the hardship, like, it's not hardship. It was put on by myself. And that was my hardship. Like nobody forced me to do it.
That's right.
But it's satisfying.
Satisfying. Okay,
even though the sprints, not a fan of it. But it's satisfying.
But you did it.
An accomplishment for you.
Yeah.
I get it.
He
loves accomplishing things and checking it off his lists.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But that's number one. But also, like, I've learned so much because I can now transfer that again to my son or to people that are around him.
Wow, amazing.
Everything he's learned, he's given it to his son and the kids around his son.
And then, as you said, you look back and then you think, how did I did everything now? How did I accomplish
I don't
all
know.
that?
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, amazing. Hard work, totally. And then, outside of boxing, one other personal challenge that you had, like outside of boxing, in your personal life, can you share any challenging moment in your life and how you overcome that situation? Any other? Maybe
Any person that's
any challenge that you had outside boxing that was difficult for you, but then how did you overcome that situation?
so I think the biggest challenge like I was saying before about work, the first 4 years. I mean,
Okay.
to stay on the job for 4 years,
Yeah.
just dealing with complete garbage every day, you know, and like I said, and it worked out because now I have it good. Meaning that I'm in a unit, I advanced, I have 13 years on a job now, hopefully another 7 years to go. Hopefully if the contract comes through and it's gonna be all done, it's gonna be all worth it. You know what I mean? The thing is, the hardship is good if it works out in the end. So that was like the biggest obstacle. You know, I didn't even tell you like what it really was like in the housing area. But it's torture. Like every day is just torture. Imagine going to 4 years to work and it's torture.
No, 4 years. No.
It just sucks all over. It just sucks. And then once
This guy never complained ever.
Yeah,
Zero.
You kept pushing because you know.
He just doesn't know. He doesn't understand complaining.
go because I can't complain.
He just never would.
You got war-torn countries out there. How can I complain? You know what I mean? It makes no sense.
Amazing inspiration, totally right. Total inspiration for everyone. So, Pawel, do you have social media, Instagram? Where can
Instagram.
people can follow your?
All I have is
Pad.
Instagram.
Okay, can you
Pawel,
share?
Pawel,
Okay.
Wolak, one, I believe.
One. There's a one.
Your son.
No, I
Look
mean.
at that PJ.
He does too. PJ Wolak, PJWOLAK. It's actually me. He put the picture of me and him from Global.
Yeah. When PJ was a baby,
baby.
Heather would bring him
Yes.
to watch
We
the son
trained.
train.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was.
PJ was involved in boxing from a very young age.
Wow, yes, he was in that environment since he was a baby. Wow, amazing. Okay, so Pawel and Coach Farrel, thank you so much for your time. It was amazing. So lucky I am now because to have you both speaking and saying your story, inspiring many people out there. Thank you so much for being the coach of our sons,
Yes,
PJ and Jeff.
absolutely.
We always
I think that's
appreciate that.
key right there.
Yeah.
Those kids have to stay together and work together. And under him, they're only going to blossom even higher.
Yeah, perfect. I admire you because now that I have researched and Coach Farrel also helped me with your story, all the details.
Yeah.
I mean, I admire you a lot from everything you have accomplished. Amazing. So your mindset, your toughness, relentlessness, everything is like amazing. A really good inspiration. And Coach, you are always, hardworking, like helping these fighters with the mindset, the strengthening, everything. So it's like I am really lucky and we appreciate. Thank you so much. Okay, so this was Rouge Mindset. Thank you. Gracias. In Polish you say
Dziękuję.
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 Yeah, dziękuję.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
It's a hard language.
It's a hard language. It is. Thank you so much. Okay.
Co chcesz powiedzieć? Okej. Ile masz lat? No nie powiem, okej. No nic. Twinkle, 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 little star.
Be good as I.